Brought to you by Better Cool works fast to relieve acidity, heartburn, and indigestion. Trust Better Cool. Enjoy life. If symptoms persist, seek medical advice.
Hello, welcome to News Tonight. I'm Rhoda Ngonzi. Let's take a look at the headlines. Uganda commemorates World Food Day. Barks on HIV/AIDS media messages. And mass immunization for measles, rubella and polio starts. While police spokesperson Enanga attributes land dispute to intrigue in the police. And in sports, Fifa releases list of awards nominees. Hello once again. President Yoweri Museveni has embarked on disseminating HIV/AIDS messages to ignite his presidential fast-track initiative he launched way back in 2017. He has now launched the presidential media campaign to end HIV/AIDS by 2030.
Why don't you wait, hold on, you study, finish your degree, and then you look for a partner.
These are some of the messages on HIV and AIDS President Yoweri Museveni is disseminating to the public using different media platforms. In this regard, he has launched the presidential media campaign to end HIV by 2030. Minister for the Presidency, Esther Mbayo, launched the campaign at the media center in Kampala.
Have sex at 16, at 18, at 20, and then you die, or you start having problems, which you may live with all your life. Why don't you wait, hold on, you study, finish your degree, and then you look for a partner at the right time.
Protect yourself. Abstain from sex until you are ready.
This campaign, focusing on media messages on HIV, will run consistently for 1 year on various media channels. This media campaign is directed towards igniting the presidential fast-track initiative launched way back in 2017, and the main aim is to achieve the global goal of ending HIV by 2030.
The messages cover a range of HIV/AIDS themes that are going to be broadcast on a number of media platforms, including televisions, radio stations throughout the country. Some of the themes that the President address that want to be aired include young people and HIV, HIV testing, getting men to embrace testing, and safer healthcare lifestyles, prevention of mother-to-child transmission, the importance of testing and treating, sustainability of HIV and AIDS response, including institutional awareness.
All these efforts are coming at a time when focus is shifting to finding a cure for HIV, but also to improve the treatment and care for those living positively.
Injectable ARVs, it's an experiment that's being tried out to see if it can be done, if the drugs can be, instead of taking them every day, if someone can get a monthly injection, and then the drugs are released slowly in the body over a period of a month, and then you come back next month. As you know, there's a lot of contraceptive methods that work like that. There are 3 months, you get an injection, and it works for 3 months. It's the same thing that they're trying to do here. It does not exist. It is just a trial.
Currently, there are 1.4 million people living with HIV, and out of these, 1.2 million people are on treatment. Adiana Kuti, UBC.
And Uganda has joined the rest of the world to commemorate World Food Day under the theme, Our Actions Are Our Future, Healthy Diets for Zero Hunger Uganda. Vice President Edward Shiwanuka Sekandi represented President Museveni at the national event held in Hoima district. We will get back to that in a bit, but the campaign to immunize children against polio and vaccination for rubella has kicked off in Kampala. This initiative is meant to protect children against the complications that come with catching these diseases, including death. While launching the mass immunization in Kampala, the mayor, that's the Mayor Central Division, Charles Serunjoji, assured parents that the vaccine is safe, so they should not deny their children the right to be immunized.
Chitante Primary School, with a population of 4,000 pupils, is where Kampala started the mass immunization for polio and vaccination for measles and rubella campaign. Children were scared of the injections, as some shed tears while still in queues for immunization. On injection, 2 people had to hold them down to avoid the risks that come with resistance. Government came up with this 3-day initiative to disrupt the transmission of measles and rubella, while polio is a booster dose.
Even those children, once we vaccinate them, they cannot be able to get rubella to then be able to pass it on to a pregnant woman who may not have been vaccinated. So that is why we are saying let's get this big age group, which when you look at it, I think it's more than 50% of Uganda's population. We have a very young.
Dr. Richard Waliomo, KCCA medical officer, says measles and rubella have similar symptoms and can only be differentiated through a blood test.
Both cause fever, they have skin rash, somebody coughs, red eyes, but what disturbs us are actually the complications of these 2 diseases. Rubella, we have not been having the vaccine for rubella, and therefore that's why very many people have been going out with the complications. One of the complications is that somebody can become deaf. Another complication is that a patient or a child with rubella will get blind.
The Mayor Kampala Central Division, Charles Serunjoji's children, were victims of rubella. He explains how he struggles to treat the strange disease.
One after another, they have been chased out of school, and they have been spending 2 weeks at home trying to mitigate this challenge. With this immunization, that will stop. Our children are going to get access to proper health, and which is a constitutional right. They are going to mitigate the challenges that have been stopping them from having access to education. And also in the families, we have been spending a lot of money mitigating measles rubella without knowing what it is, and this money has been going to waste.
At Nakasero Primary School, about 470 pupils have been immunized against rubella virus and polio. Buganda Road and Nachivo Bulu as well participated in the campaign.
I try to make them comfortable so that they at least are aware, they put it on their mind, the brain accepts that they are going to receive something, so that they go willingly and they receive it happily.
The drops for the polio vaccine are squeezed at a degree of about 45 as a way of reducing the risk of giving an overdose to the pupils.
So that like when you put it 90, you find more drops will come. It means we shall be giving overdose. But like when you put it like 45 degree, you'll be able to give like 2 drops, which is very convenient by the ministry, and that's the recommended dose that we are supposed to give.
The vaccination of children continues at nearest health facilities and designated immunization posts. Kampala Central Division has a target of immunizing 37,180 children from 9 months to 14 years of age. Ivan Kahwa in Farida Namfuka, UBC News.
Meanwhile, Mbarara District, in conjunction with the Lions Club Mbarara, have launched the measles, rubella and polio immunization campaign with a call to all parents not to go against the drive. The call was sounded by Lion Shemerire Margaret, the president of Lions Club Mbarara, on behalf of Rotary International, while monitoring the immunization exercise in the district. Now at Mbarara Municipal Primary School in Kiswahili Cell Kakoba Division, pupils appreciated the immunization service.
I'm urging all mothers to bring their children for immunization. They shouldn't be against this campaign or immunization exercise because it doesn't have any effect.
They injected. My name is Akanda Treasure and I'm in P4 class. When I was injected, I feel good, very good, and now I'm very fine. I think I'm not going to have any disease anymore.
I was injected. It was so good. I felt some pain, but I did not cry.
We are accepted and thank this organization very much.
So you fear this?
Yeah.
Is that the reason why? Why?
Actually, because I had diseases, that's why even in future I want to become a doctor.
Yeah, if you want to become a doctor. Now, do you understand what measles is?
Measles, yeah, and it's a killer disease. It kills many people and many adult people who are in the environment.
Okay.
It has killed most people in Uganda, including young children like us. So when we are immunized, we are prevented.
No, clap again.
We'll take you back a bit. Uganda has joined the rest of the world to commemorate World Food Day under the theme, Our Actions, Our Future, Healthy Diets for Zero Hunger, Uganda. Vice President Edward Kiwanuka II represented President Museveni at the national event held in Hoima.
World Food Day calls for action across sectors to make health and sustainable diets affordable and accessible to everyone. At the national celebrations held at Bulindi Zone Agricultural Research and Development Institute in Hoima District, the Vice President Edward Kiwanuka II, who represented President Museveni, said government has put in place measures to reduce hunger through irrigation and other measures.
This will significantly reduce reliance on rain-fed agriculture and will also help to mitigate the impact of climate change through irrigation and the use of rainwater harvesting technologies. Government will continue to support sustainable farming systems which produce nutritious diets for all people.
He, however, warned the public against diseases that result from malnutrition and bad eating habits.
Malnutrition affects agricultural productivity, especially among women, who provide 60% of labor in farming activities. Iodine deficiency accounts for poor mental development, and this affects our young children and future workforce. Improving nutrition status is therefore a critical issue in the development process.
The country representative of Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, Antonio Querido, blames food insecurity to laziness, especially in agriculture-related activities.
An urgent need for all the key players and stakeholders to come together to critically look at all drivers of food insecurity in our continent and the world, and to make bold steps to ensure viability, accessibility, and affordability of nutritious food for our people.
Leaders, especially from Bunyoro region, thanked government for the improved road network, but asked for more support in commercial agriculture.
Helps in producing micronutrient-rich foods. One, iron-rich beans, the orange flesh sweet potato, and these ones are healthy foods for improving the vitamin content of the people and the children, and also of all the people.
Numbers have doubled, tripled, or whatever. Now it is very difficult for us to reach each and every person. That's why we are even encouraging people to form groups so that we can reach them in groups.
I think it's quite important also to equate in terms of money. When we look at the various outputs that you have generated over the years, I'd like to make mention the technologies contribute close to about $2.5 billion
per annum in terms of export revenues and savings on imports of food.
According to the 2018 State of Food Security and Nutrition Report, an estimated 821 million people suffered from chronic hunger in 2017, of which 60% of the world's hungry are women. Statistics show that hunger kills more people every year than malaria, tuberculosis and AIDS combined, and about 45% of infant deaths are related to undernutrition.
And police spokesperson Fred Enanga has refuted allegations of using power and authority to support his elderly father George Chunga to grab the Oreta clan land in a patch district. A spokesperson informed commissioners that there is a group from police who are using his clan members to tarnish his name. Members of Okime Okabo clan, led by Naftali Enanga, petitioned the Land Inquiry Justice, accusing Enanga's father, George Chunga, and his son of fraudulently acquiring a title on their land.
Police spokesperson Fred Enanga has appeared before the Land Inquiry to defend allegations of encumbering and taking over their clan land. This follows a group contending that Enanga and his father are threatening to evict them by 1st November 2019 and have since been denied access to the water source in the community, which is now limited to their grazing and farming activities.
Your name keeps coming up in your capacity as a police officer. And it involves, for example, the use of police officers.
The manner in which our grandfather, young grandfather, Enanga Naptal, was sort of interfering in the activities of his land.
Enanga was accused of deploying police officers on the disputed land and disrupting family gatherings when it comes to solving the matter. He, however, denied the allegations, saying the arrests and detentions were made stem from criminal offences of assault and theft of goods that were reported. Enanga said they are being blackmailed by relatives for fear of their presence on the land for unknown reasons.
There are two police officers who are also part of the family of Achura. They took photographs of the DPC's vehicle, and they even sent those photographs to Honorable Ogua, who was an investigating officer at some time, with the information that Enanga is terrorizing us in the village.
Enanga and his father contend that the clan land is in a Lia village 8 miles away from Oreta, where the disputed land is.
This is our land, which is about 3 square miles. Then we have the family of Enanga Benjamin is here. Ojok Konari with 1.5 square miles is here. Enanga Naptal spans from here to about 3 square miles. Another Johnson Okwiri is this side. And you find there's no one who is disturbing there. So it's not proper.
The commission instructed Enanga and father not in any way evict people on the contested land through their Aulondiang mixed farm, stating that their company was fraudulently set up and registered.
Your company is an non-citizen.
My lord, that is something that I think we had instructed our lawyer. Maybe we shall find out from him.
The inquiry advised them to settle their differences for the pride of the Oreta clan. Sudat Kai, UBC News.
And with that, we'll take a short break. When we return, business news. You're watching News Tonight.
Mommy, you can't touch it. You can't touch it. Daddy, what's wrong?
I've had a long day, Angel, and I have a bad headache.
Oh, I'll give you something that will make you feel better if you promise to play with us.
Headache? Toothache. Unapoumwa, unataka kitulizo kwa haraka gani? Mara moja. Pain and Fever Reliever. A quality product from Beta Healthcare. Contains paracetamol, caffeine, and aspirin. Beta Healthcare. Caring for all. If symptoms persist, seek medical advice.
Every dream has a challenging journey. Ours began in 1998 with a mission to drive the development of a robust communications sector in Uganda. we created structures to champion the dream. We've evolved, made discoveries, supported great minds, empowered Ugandans, and fostered a vibrant culture, enabling communication for all. Down the years, we've created memories and networks, uniting generations and building great partnerships. Together, we can go even further. UCC, celebrating 20 years of achievements.
Reward check target. Dial star 162 hash. Get 100% on data and bonus. Win instantly with Mega Masape. Just recharge and hit your target. Kati Richawati.
Mega Masape from Airtel is back. And everyone, we mean everyone, gets a bonus. All you have to do, check your target, recharge, get 100% bonus on data and minutes. Dial star 162 hash today to know your target.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Measles and rubella outbreaks are still being reported in some districts in Uganda, putting the lives of our children at risk. In order to stop these outbreaks and maintain a polio-free Uganda, the Ministry of Health has planned a national measles, rubella and polio immunization campaign for all children under 15 years of age on 16th to 20th October 2019, starting 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. All vaccines are safe, effective, and free. Parents and caretakers are hereby asked to take all children under 15 years of age for immunization at the nearest health facility or immunization post. Ministry of Health also calls upon everybody to report any child with a fever and generalized skin rash to the nearest health facility or health worker immediately. This could be measles or rubella. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health with support from World Health Organization and UNICEF.
Does heartburn stop you from eating the things you love? Eating too fast, alcohol or spicy food can trigger acidity, heartburn, indigestion or flatulence. Your best bet is Better Cool. Better Cool works fast to relieve acidity, heartburn and indigestion. Trust Better Cool. Enjoy life.
If symptoms persist, seek medical advice.
Welcome back. You are still watching us tonight. Now in business news, the Uganda Retirement Benefits Regulatory Authority has called on the trustees to embrace real estate investment as the only way to save more and longer for a meaningful retirement. The Chief Executive Officer, Martin Nsubuga, says real estate investment is an alternative for financial market development.
Green vegetables are a vital element of our diet. They are a part of the glow foods that ensure healthy growth for our bodies. Some urban farmers, most especially women, are committed to grow these vital supplements for nutritional family needs. As a mother of 6, Florence Waiswa, a resident of Wakiso Town Council, has established a diversity of vegetable species on a small piece of land, just as small as a tenth of an acre.
All these crops are not only vegetables, but they also categories as medicinal crops. As you feed them, the disease burden is reduced, hence your health is boosted. It's a garlic in the form. When you go through the net, you'll find out that they have always advocated for people to adopt garlic in their menu because it's a good fighter of cancer. So when you take that garlic leaf, you're fighting cancer.
An accountant turned farmer, Florence says she was inspired by her mother's practical teachings. She and her husband can now sustain their big extended family on this project.
It's an informal training from my late mother. We used to do all the gardening with her, and most of it was in pots vegetables. I'm proud to say that we've been in position to read up our family to the tune of more than 33 degrees as I speak.
Florence also insists that, contrary to the traditional misconception that women are a weak sex, the reverse is the case, saying they have great potential when it comes to family food support.
And I also wanted to be a model of self-sustainability as a wife.
According to Florence, everything on their family farm is useful. The timber cuttings from their forest in the neighboring Namayumba are carved into wooden boxes which hold the soil medium for vegetable growing.
Now, the Kampala Innovation Week has been officially opened today at Kololo Ceremonial Grounds by the Ministers of Science and Innovation and Information Technology and National Guidance. The three-day event aims at raising Uganda's profile in the startup space by providing visibility to the startup entrepreneurs, attracting investors, and developing global partnerships. Let's take a look.
Innovators in Uganda are showcasing their works at Kololo Ceremonial Grounds to potential development partners in this sector. For 3 years running, this event, jointly organized by the United Nations Capital Development Fund and the Ministry of Science and Innovation, has acted as a flashpoint platform for many innovators. But the Minister of Information, Communication Technology and National Guidance, Frank Tumwebaze, now wants something like a complete metamorphosis to take effect.
So to me, the discussion now should focus on how do we make these products from the startups marketable. Really, if we don't have that discussion, we will not be creating jobs. We will not be rewarding adequately these people who are investing their knowledge to invent.
But for this to be achieved, it has been argued by many that the necessary infrastructure to grease this path has to be put in place. At this event's sidelines, it was however revealed that plans are underway to make this happen.
We are going to have what is called a Technology, Innovation and Business Incubation Center. This will be like we shall create spaces. So the innovators whom we choose will go and be given space. They'll also be given some, of course, they will use now the new equipment for the machining, whatever they need.
This initiative is in line with the United Nations Capital Development Fund's Inclusive Digital Economy Program, geared towards ensuring that no Ugandan is left behind in this digital era. Many believe that such exhibitions will offer guidance on how and when this will be achieved. Samuel Senono, UBC News.
And government has embarked on boosting small businesses according to their standards existence. This was during a joint sector review of the Ministry of Trade, Industry and Cooperatives running under the theme Sustainable Industrialization for Job Creation and Export Growth. This was said by the Minister of Trade and Industry, Amelia Chambade, during her opening remarks. A representative of Small and Medium Enterprise, Lillian Nionavo, Managing Director of Kisoro Tiles Works, one of the grown-up small businesses, argued that government should give them a hand in order to perform better.
Our traders so much, especially the one of Rwanda. So we are pleased to note that there have been negotiations between the heads of state and they've actually signed agreements. So we are still having technical negotiations to be able to have the border fully open. Export development strategy, which is focusing on the key exports by supporting those particular exports. We have capacity to produce a lot of products and employ a lot of our youth. We are able to train.
And on the world of sports, the 5th edition of the Fifa Awards has been launched with changes in the voting criteria and more categories introduced. We have more.
Federation of Uganda Football Association has launched the 5th edition of the Airtel Fifa Awards, where top performers of the 2018-2019 season will be rewarded for their efforts and achievements. The awards gala scheduled for 14th December at the Commonwealth Peak Resort, Munyonyo, will have the sports fraternity represent to declare the overall winners. A total of 14 categories are to be voted for and awarded on the evening, with the Male Player of the Year and the Female Player of the Year awards the highlights of the evening. Others are the Airtel FIFA Best 11 2019 and Airtel FIFA Women Coach of the Year for women football to add on the male versions of the awards. There will also be recognition for the Team Fans of the Year that will be chosen from all FIFA competitions that include the Uganda Premier League, Big League, FIFA Drum, Women Football, and the like. There is also a new FIFA Member Association Award and the Best Squad of a particular year, inclusive of the club and national teams. However, for the 2019 edition, there will be 2 voting rounds before voting is opened to the public. According to the chairman of the awards committee, Roger Byamukama, the move to have 2 voting processes is to improve on the selection criteria from the more famous choices being voted for to have more technical and informed choices for the winners.
The coaches that vote, the captains and media officers. So here we have tailored it to the coaches, the coaches, captains and the fans. Each captain 25. We think that we can balance the interests and we'll get a more worthy winner with less debates. However, we can never go on the debate because the award is about opinions.
For the Male Player of the Year, Shafiq Kajimu of URAFC, Said Chayune, Mike Mutiaba of KCCFC, Vianney Sekajugo of Wachiso Giants, among other players, made the nominees list. The Female Player of the Year nomination list has Juliet Nalukenge of Kawempe Muslim, Fauza Najimba, Hasfana Suna, among other players.
Now, the national netball team, the She Cranes, are into intensive training in South Africa, awaiting the opening ceremony of the 2019 Africa Netball Championships. The tournament, staged at Veldum in Cape Town, South Africa, runs from the 18th to the 23rd of October. Uganda is pitted in Pool B alongside Kenya, Tanzania and Zimbabwe. Botswana and Namibia will miss out on the tournament.
Our strategy is we should plan for the strongest teams like South Africa, Malawi and Zimbabwe. Yeah, because they are also strong like as Uganda. So you can't judge that this team will win or this team will lose. So it's about how you have prepared your team. Tournament eno kyemmanyiiko nti ettiimu ebiseera ebisinga bwe ziba nga ntono oba ezimu nga tezisobodde kujja, ebiseera ebisinga batera okuzannya round robin. Buli omu n'akwata munne. Kati awo basobola okugamba asinziza points awangudde.
And with that, let's quickly take a look at the top stories for the night. Uganda commemorates World Food Day. President Museveni embarks on HIV/AIDS media messages. Mass immunization for measles, rubella and polio starts. And police spokesperson Enanga attributes land dispute to intrigue in the force. While FIFA releases list of awards nominees. And that does it for now. I'm Rhoda Ngonzi. I do return at 10 o'clock with more details. This is News Tonight.
Brought to you by Better Cool works fast to relieve acidity, heartburn, and indigestion. Trust Better Cool. Enjoy life.
If symptoms persist, seek medical advice.
Uganda, the land of sunshine.